That one time, like every time I get money through my social security, like someone has access to the account and they know I get money, Like who's they? Well, whoever the fuck has access to private information on my bank, like social security, my account, I don't know, like any wire that goes through. Or for example, like they knew who's they. I don't know, dude. This nigga showed up the day I had my tax return. I flipped that bitch. And I cashed out and then like I sent it to myself and literally like, you know, fucking showed up somewhere to get something. The guy pulls up and is like, "Hey, I'll watch through your mirror for some money." And I'm like, "Bet your headlights." He's like, "You have a nice truck." I'm like, "Bet. Watch it." He taxes me like fucking. He wanted like $60. I was like, "How the fuck does nigga know I have that much money?" That's literally they knew exactly like how much I had. I had like $57. I was like, it's crazy. Nigga knew exactly how much I had, right? So then I gave him to him, and it was all dollars. And he was like, he was some fat guy, dude. He had like Tourette's. Some fucking fat guy. He had Tourette's, and he was like, they're all dollars. And I was like, yeah. He's like, how about you go in there and switch them? I was like, no, here, take them, whatever. But I remember when I was like, damn, $60. I was like, fuck it, I'm balling. I was like, I'm basically donating to charity right now. So I already did my part for the community, you know. Like I donated to charity that day. That's whatever happens not on me anymore. I did my part. And like the guy, I gave him $57 to clean my fucking with like soap and water. Who knows? To clean the truck's headlights. He fucking cleans them. And he starts taking pictures of the truck. He's like, I'm gonna take a picture, show my boss. And I'm like, dude, this nigga, I read from the beginning, I was like, this nigga is definitely part of this shit. Like, like he couldn't, he basically just told me to my face, like, I'm gonna take a picture to show my boss, like, that I was right here in front of your car. I talked to you. I was like, whatever. That shit's out of my hands. I'm just a good Samaritan. I'm in the pocket. These fools are out of the pocket. I was in the pocket. This guy wants some money to do a job in Mexico. Who we pay niggas like not even $3 to do that shit, and you want $60, and you're fat. And he was like fucking. I've lived in Yakima my whole life. I lived in Yakima my whole life. I lived in Yakima my whole life. I lived in Yakima. He said it like fucking 10 times or more. And I was like, I looked at him. That's when I knew for sure, like, because I had made a comment on one. I was like, something about Yakima. I said some bullshit about Yakima. I was like, this whole place is my enemy. I was like, Yakima County, like, fuck, you know? I was like, why does Yakima County want to be my enemy? I don't know. I said some dumbass shit like that. I don't know. I said some shit about Yakima, right? All this shit that was going on merits the way I was acting. And that motherfucker right there, if he even got a little taste of all this shit, and any of you guys, I don't know, man, if y'all would make it. But anyways, he even repeated like, I'm from Yakima, I'm from Yakima, I'm from Yakima, I'm from Yakima, I'm from Yakima. Like, I was like, me too. And he shut the fuck up, and I was like, he's like, I was born here, saying, and I was like, me too. Except this nigga was like, I don't know. Oh, I think I know why now. I had posted shit about Mexico too. I don't know how the fuck it was something weird, dude. I gotta post it for you guys. But I posted like a pic of where we came from, like how, like my family got neutralization or whatever. They were among the first people to be citizens out here in Cavichi and shit from Mexico. So I'm fully like U.S. citizen. And I don't know what the fuck he was trying to say. Like, oh, I'm from here, I'm from here, I'm from here. Are your family was here, dude? Like, I don't know what you're trying to say. Like, are your lineages from here? You're right. This nigga, like, I'm as much as U.S. citizen as you, dumbass. And I basically said, I was like, me too. You shut up. Anyways, fast forward, you know, someone shows up to my friend's fucking haircut place, and after the fact he gets his haircut, he's like, oh, I'm a private detective, here's my card, and my friend tells me. And that was the day I was supposed to go, but I didn't fucking go, dude. Like, I didn't end up showing up because of some bullshit. How the fuck did they know? Like, my messages were still being monitored, like, long after, right? I don't know how, but like, I was supposed to be there, and I didn't fucking show up, and I didn't tell anyone. I just didn't show up because I fell asleep. I fell asleep and I didn't show up. So then that day, and my friend didn't want to say, yeah, he's like, probably. That's what he said, but I knew it was that day because I just showed up like the next fucking day. And that's when he told me. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I already knew, you know, but he was like, yeah. After I cut his hair, he told me I'm a private detective. He's like, here's my card. But that fool was lying. Honestly, he could be telling the truth, but they're lying. They just say they're private detectives, you know? And some of them I don't doubt, but those gang stalkers, they're fucking lying. Anyways, so we're fucking hanging out there, and I noticed that guy, he drives by the haircut salon. The nigga with the license plate that I recorded outside my house at 2 a.m. in May. The BZA 6, what was the license plate? That license plate. This fucking guy that was following me and shit, and was fucking up all our cars and stuff. Yeah, that fool, like, really. Well, like, after I told him, like, you're following me and I have video of you, they, like, the next day, my case manager, I don't know, she's like, we're lowering you. We're lowering you a security level. And I was like, all right, big deal, you know? They lowered me, thanks. No, it's not shit, you know? That's like, whatever, grace. And, that was the day after I fucking told him, you know? I was like, I walked up to him, I was like, hey, remember May 14th at 1:50 a.m.? You know, we followed you from Rosars, and y'all motherfuckers went in a circle around the gas station, didn't do shit. Yeah, BZA 3619, and his car stopped showing up. You know, like the day I posted, like, oh, he drives that other car, little white car, it looks like a little fucking tick. And I posted it, and I was like, he drives this car, and I think he works at Kawichi Growers, or I don't fucking know, you know, he was at Kawichi Growers with this car, and it was the BZA 3619. He was the guy that was working with the officer from Kawichi, you know, they're trying to pull up behind me to pull me over, and they were like coordinating it together. Yeah, that motherfucker. The motherfucker, was like, after he saw like how we were noticing him, he like went to the house of the officer that's younger than me. His name was like Jesus or something. And his mom was right there, and her mom was like side-eyeing us, and I was like, dude, why are you involved with this? Like, why are these people involved? Like, y'all made it so obvious, much more obvious what's going on. I think it's very illegal too. And yeah, the day I fucking called him out, right? I was like, dude, I can't believe I saw his car in like Koichi. Like, I know where he works. And then I saw the other car that he drives. He was getting fucking Bud Light. So fat and sandals, right? And dude, after I say that this is his car, he fucking shows up at the fucking hair salon, dude. He like drives by in the car and he makes the same face he gave me when I told him like, hey, you're fucking, you know, like, what the fuck you doing, you know, in my house and shit. Honestly, I think he's friends with the 190 Ripple Lane and Rene Garcia, or the fool that lives right there at the 190 Ripple Lane property. Cause I don't know, man. Something tells me they're friends. Or if they're not, then it has nothing to do with them. But yeah, they're like watching my page, you know, because they saw that I put them on blast. Yeah, like I never follow cars again, but I'll probably see them after this, you know. I was gonna get one. I don't know. They switched out cars. They think I don't notice the cars, but I really don't give a fuck. Anyways, yeah. So the BZA 3619 nigga, you know. I saw that guy there. In Kawichi. Multiple times and stopped showing up now. It's a long video. Shit.